According to Hinduism, there's many paths that you can take towards liberation. But is that true? Who is the ultimate God? We're going to take a look today in Godly Businesswoman's Bible study. In Hinduism, there isn't one agreed upon view of who God is. We understand Brahman to be ultimate reality, but how God is manifested, whether he's personal or impersonal, and who that person is, really depends on each Hindu person's tradition. In one tradition, God is completely formless, he's neither male nor female, and his existence is beyond description. So worship then gets directed to manifestation forms of Brahman like Vishnu, Shiva, or Devi. And before I figured out who the ultimate God was, I was directing my worship to these different deities. I was repeating my mantras, I was saying my chants, mainly to Shiva. Now, for others, God is actually Vishnu, Shiva, or Devi. These are personal gods, well, little g gods. All traditions do agree on samsara, which is the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth until you reach moksha, which is liberation. If Hinduism is correct that there are many paths to liberation, then one of those paths must include Jesus Christ. But if we take a look at what Jesus Christ says, he says that he is the only way to salvation. So that would mean that there aren't many paths, and that would make Hinduism wrong. But now if Hinduism wants to reject that Jesus is the only way to salvation, then that means that there aren't many paths to salvation, and that would make Hinduism wrong. But if it's true that there are many paths, then we must accept that Jesus is one of those paths. Yet Jesus tells us that he is the only way, meaning that there aren't many paths, meaning that Hinduism is wrong. Now, you know who I couldn't find anywhere as I walked through this whole temple and while I was practicing Hinduism? There's just one person that I couldn't find, and that's, well, Jesus. And yes, while the practice of Hinduism predates Christianity, it doesn't predate Jesus, because Jesus is the eternally begotten Son of the Most High God. He's the second person of the Trinity and the only way to the Father. He's the only way to salvation. There is no reincarnation. We only get one chance to get it right. And the one true God, Yahweh, tells us to enter through the narrow gate, for wide is a gate and broad is a road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is a gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. And if all the history of the world, there was only one person who claimed to be the only way to salvation, I encourage you to find out if he was telling the truth. And the truth is found within the Word of God, and that is in the Bible.